This minivan is more luxurious than a Mercedes-Benz. Here with carbuzz.com, and today we are reviewing the 2022 Kia Carnival, or as I like to call it, the Carnival. Now the Carnival replaces the outgoing Sedona minivan, but Kia is adamant that you don't refer to this as a minivan. Instead, they'd like you to call it an MPV, a multi-purpose vehicle. Now there's a good reason for that. Minivans aren't exactly considered cool, so that might sound like a bit of a marketing exercise, but I'm going to show you why Kia has put some real effort in here to make sure that the Carnival is the coolest minivan in the world. Let's start on the exterior here, where Kia, as I mentioned, does not want you to refer to the Carnival as a minivan, and their design studio in California went to great lengths to ensure that this looks more like an SUV. Starting with the Tiger nose grille, it's a Kia signature. You see it on the Telluride and the Sorento, both great looking SUVs, and I think that the Carnival has that element, but it goes in its own unique, very luxurious way. Now, the grille is flanked on either side by these really cool looking LED headlights. I think the whole front end design looks great, and it's capped off by Kia's new logo. They've rebranded it. A lot of people weren't fans of the black oval, which is why I'm calling this the Carnival, sort of like how Target is always referred to as Target, just a little bit fancier. Kia's efforts to disguise the Carnival being a minivan continue here on the side with these flared wheel arches, giving it a more rugged SUV appearance. We've got these black 19-inch wheels, very sporty here on the top SX Prestige model that we're driving. I'm loving this Astra blue paint. Looks great, especially with these silver accents here on the doors and on the door handles. I also love this silver trim right here. We're going to see a little bit more of that when we get onto the interior. The only thing that really is a dead giveaway that you're still driving a minivan is this little notch right here. That's for the sliding doors. Hopping onto the interior, this is the real reason why I've started calling this the Carnival, because it is fancy in here. We've got the top SX Prestige model, which means we've got the nicest cabin available, and I seriously think this is one of Kia's best efforts design-wise. We've got this silver trim that matches what I showed you on the exterior. I think it looks really cool. The thing I'm not so fond of is all of this gloss black, because it gets really fingerprinty really quick, but it's minimal enough that I don't think it's too annoying. On lower trim versions of the Carnival, you're going to get an 8-inch touchscreen, but we've got the larger 12.3-inch display here on our SX Prestige tester. Now, oddly enough, Kia puts wireless CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity on the 8-inch screen, but on this larger screen, you're going to have to plug in your device to get those phone mirroring features. A little bit of an odd thing from Kia. By the way, this screen, the larger 12.3, has some amazingly cool features. We've got this passenger view right here where you can see on a camera what your kids are up to. There's my camera guy, Austin. You can even zoom in on him. Say hi, Austin. So we've got that. We've also got passenger talk, so I can push this button and it will project my voice into the back so I don't have to yell at my kids. We've also got a quiet mode right here, which will mute the rear speakers and only play through the front ones so you don't disturb your kids too much. Speaking of which, you get 6 speakers on the base Carnival, the middle trims get 8, and here on the top trim level, we've got a 12-speaker Bose unit. Now, the only complaint, if you even really want to call it that I have with the Carnival's interior are these touch buttons. I think they're a little annoying. I would have preferred physical controls, and this center console here doesn't have as much storage as you'll get in something like the Chrysler Pacifica. Kia really wanted the Carnival's interior to feel more like an SUV and less like a minivan. And also optional on our SX Prestige model, we've got a second 12.3-inch screen here. The lower trim models are just going to get regular gauges. Right now I have it set on this really cool like landscape environment theme that actually changes based on the time of day. You can also link the themes to your drive mode. So this is your standard gauges right here. You have eco gauges and some sporty gauges as well. And the coolest feature available here is when you put on your turn signals, you're going to get these awesome blind view monitor cameras. has. So the lower trim versions of the Carnival come as an 8-seater. You get 3 seats here with a middle seat here in the second row. You can slide that middle seat forward and turn it into a table, which is really convenient. But because we have the SX Prestige trim, we've got the VIP seats, and I can't wait to show you how cool these are. You can slide them in a number of different ways. So I can go side to side using this control to move it inward, and then I can slide it all the way back like this to have a massive amount of legroom. But that's not even close to the coolest feature of the VIP seats. Not only are these seats heated and ventilated back here, but watch what happens when I push this button. It's going to power recline me all the way back. I'm telling you, this is better than a Mercedes-Benz. And then check out this function. When I hold this button, the ottoman is going to stretch up so I can really put my feet up. Just imagine how comfortable your kids are going to be back here on a long road trip. This is amazing. Not only will your kids be comfortable back here, but they'll also be entertained because the SX Prestige trim has these standard touchscreens on the back of the headrests. Now, these are really cool. I usually don't like these in cars, but this one is awesome because look, we've got built-in Netflix connection. I can also come over here on YouTube, and this is all using the Wi-Fi connection on your phone. You just set it as a Wi-Fi hotspot. A lot of other automakers will put like a built-in 4G connection, but you have to pay like $20 a month for that. I think Kia's solution is much smarter. But what if you have younger kids that you're not ready to trust with the entirety of the internet on a tablet? Well, if I push this button right here for Kids Theme, you're going to see it completely changes. We've got YouTube Kids, which is only going to be age-appropriate content. And if I push this button right here called Baby Shark Songs and Games, we've got some really cool features on this screen. So we can listen to the Baby Shark do-do-do-do-do if we want. Your kids are gonna love that. But there's also some really interesting games here. I kind of like this bubble popping one. It's a little bit harder than I thought. You pop all of these sea animals as they are going up on the wall here. And when you get tired of that, let's just say none of the stuff on this screen is appealing, YouTube, Netflix, whatever. You've also got HDMI ports and USBs, so you can bring a gaming console with you and power it here on the center console to keep your kids entertained for hours on a road trip. And further adding to the comfort back here, we've got the sunshades to block out the sun. We've got our own sunroof up here that actually opens independent of the front roof. I've never seen that before on a car. And if the kids want to use the voice command function to change the radio or input a navigation destination, they can do so using this button here on the roof. Wrapping up with the third row, this is not the best seat in the house, but you can get 3 people back here relatively comfortable. I don't think that this middle seat is that comfortable, but at least with the captain's chairs, you can sprawl your feet out. I also like how we have cup holders on either side, 2 USB ports with even more up front. We've got our own air vents and our own sunshades back here. So as we open up our hands-free liftgate, we're gonna see that the Kia Carnival is super practical. There is so much space in here because of this car's really deep load floor. I can actually hop in here, no problem, and you can just see how deep it is under here, even compared to some other minivans on the market, like the Honda Odyssey and the Toyota Sienna. This is bigger. And putting away the third row is extremely easy. You just pull this handle, and with one motion, you can very easily collapse these seats into the floor like so, creating a very flat load floor here. Now, I should mention that the SX Prestige model that we've been driving is a little less practical than the lower trims of the Carnival. That's because those lovely VIP seats that I've been sitting in, they do not remove. If you get the 8-seat version of the Carnival, you can actually take those out altogether and have over 145 cubic feet of space. And as we get the Carnival out on the road, now is a great time to remind everybody to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos. But now, back to the review. It's finally time to drive the Carnival, which rides on Kia's 3rd generation N3 platform. Basically, all you need to know about that is that it's the same platform that underpins the K5 sedan and the Sorento SUV, meaning that the Carnival has very car-like handling. Now, I will say this is not the most driver-focused Kia on the market. Both the Sorento and Telluride have a little bit more driver enjoyment, but it's not bad at all. The steering is lighter than you'll find in some other Kia models to make it very easy to maneuver and park. And if I push this sport button right here, you actually get a little bit more heft from the steering wheel. Now, the suspension on the Carnival is actually a little bit more on the sporty side than I was expecting. It's not uncomfortable, but it does stop this from flopping around too much like some other minivans when you toss it into a corner. Then there's the drivetrain, which is fantastic. It's an all-new 3.5-liter V6 engine. It's actually not used in any other Hyundai or Kia product here in the United States, but I hope that changes because this is a really great engine. It produces 290 horsepower, which actually makes this the most powerful minivan on sale in the United States, and it's all routed to an 8-speed automatic transmission that shifts really smoothly and imperceptibly. I love it. You can floor it real quick and get very quick access to the power. This is not a sports car after all, but I think that the acceleration is brisk enough that you'll find the Carnival suitable for passing maneuvers and merging onto the highway. And when you're just cruising along normally, the cabin in here is so quiet and serene. This is one of the quietest MPVs that I've ever driven. The Toyota Sienna that I drove earlier this year was much louder. The drivetrain was noisier. It was louder on the highway. So if you want something that's just super quiet for long distance journeys, the Carnival is going to be your best bet. The only thing missing here is going to be all-wheel drive. You can only get the Carnival with front-wheel drive, so you might want to opt for either the Sienna or the Pacifica, which do have all-wheel drive if you live somewhere where it snows frequently. I'll wrap up with safety because that's obviously important in a family vehicle, and the Carnival does not disappoint in this area. As standard, the Carnival comes with forward collision avoidance, blind spot avoidance, rear cross traffic alert, park distance warning, lane keep assist, high beam assist, and attention warning. You've also got optional equipment such as those awesome blind spot cameras that I showed you on the interior, highway drive assist, smart cruise control, a 360-degree camera, and more. If you want a new Carnival, the base LX trim starts at $32,100 before destination. To get a fully loaded SX Prestige trim like ours, you'll be spending $46,100. That might sound like a lot of money, but other minivans on the market can exceed the $50,000 mark, and this Carnival packs more features and a lot more room than you get from a lot of six-figure luxury SUVs. So I really do think it is worth the money.
So that was the 2022 Kia Carnival. If you're in the market for a family car with a ton of space, this should be high on your list. I'm not sure how Kia has done it, but I think they've managed to make the minivan cool. This is an awesome vehicle, and I know your neighbors might look at it when you park it on the driveway and say, you got a minivan. Well, as soon as you show them those awesome seats, they'll be trading in their boring SUVs as well. We really hope you've enjoyed this review of the 2022 Kia Carnival. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos. And if you want to read more about the 2022 Kia Carnival, be sure to check out carbuzz.com. I'll see you next time.